I'm Mohit Aggarwal. I'm blessed with 4 children, a son and a daughter, and 2 non-humans. One is a Labrador and the other one is an escapee African grey. I think he's got some karmic connection with me. I'm a follower of Shiva, the god of karma. Professionally, I'm an experiential ecotourism specialist with deep love for nature. I help people travel to some wonderful places in Asia. I'm the founder of Asian Adventures, a 26-year-old travel outfit. It is the largest and #1 birdwatching tour company in India. The company is on a large mission to help Asian elephants with their corridors, free the Himalayas of plastic waste. We help small wildlife NGOs, and we are on a mission to conserve the ancient Himalayan temples. And I'm also the creator of Natty Netta, an email marketing company. So this is my standard intro pitch. I'm going to start with my screen share straight away to show you what I've got for you today. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, very clearly.
Yes.
Okay. So if you were to follow this blueprint, you'd be able to make quite a big change in the way you're doing business today. You know, most coaches would come and give you information regarding components of your business, which means operations or finance or sales as well. But it's a very deep science, and we all struggle with sales. When it comes to sales, we all want to go to each other. We form Rondu clubs, you know, where we can sit and cry with each other, or we can talk about how bad the market is, you know, what is going to happen tomorrow with China and all of that, right? I want you to understand that if you empower yourself to be as an influencer, you'll never be running short of work. So this is where I'm coming to. NBD, most of you know what it is. It means new business development. There are two terms, CRR and NBD. So I'm starting with NBD because that's what we're looking for. We're always trying to get to many meetings and fora for developing new business. Here, the key thing is target your audience. You know, that's what we don't do. We say, oh, we cater to everyone. We cater to, you know, anybody who wants to buy our product because we're there to sell. हमने एक किराने की दुकान खोल रखी है. Anybody can come in the morning and do that. But that shop also is limited to the local people there. So you have to create the persona of the kind of client that you're serving or you want to serve. I'm going to take you through this process. You have to understand the needs of your clients to be able to make some sort of avatar out of him, right? Let's say you want to make, you're trying to seek business from a particular client, and the client needs to, you know, the client is an HNI. He works with so-and-so company, and he's representing so-and-so corporate. You know, he's got these hobbies, he's got these interests, he's got a wife and 2 kids, and he travels often. You know, he's 45 years of age. He's a decision maker of the company, and so forth, right? So there's a full science to it, how we can do it. I can't remember if I've taken anybody from here into that zone at all, but I've helped a few people, and they've really identified and created the avatar that they wanted to. And they started to focus on similar kind of people who are of that persona. And so it's very, very important to understand and build a persona at any given point of time. If you want to do it, I will take you through the process. It takes a few days. You don't come to conclusions right there and then, but stay with that. So understanding pain points, whether physical, whether spiritual, whether financial. I spoke about unbundling the other day, and this is the place where unbundling is required, where you need to unbundle your lowest hanging fruit that you want to sell, or that particular product that you want to sell to this particular client. And you need to put the two together, and you need to break it down to every small piece. You have to fragment piece by piece. You have to break every limb and dismember every part of that thing and put it out on the table or on the wall, and then start to rebash them, start to categorize them. That's how you will understand the pain points of your clients and the shortcomings or the strengths or the weaknesses of your product. Now you have to match the two. If you haven't done it, you'll be running post to pillar to BNIs of the world to get some referrals to sell your um, product. So your solution will evolve from there. What is your promise? What is the promise that you're going to make to your client? What is the promise that you're going to make to yourself for delivering the kind of product that you'll be delivering? What sort of metrics will govern your product? What sort of metrics will govern the, the experience of your client? How will he benefit in some ways and decrease his worries or decrease his pains because of your product? So these are the metrics that if you don't have the metrics, it's all a story. Nothing will happen. So, for example, these are my agents from abroad. I'm giving an example. Okay, these are the kind of people I want. So these two people are the perfect avatars for my business. They are on a scouting trip to India. Okay. So they can be, so you'd say, oh no, I sell mattresses or I sell plywood. And these are not the kind of people. No problem with that. I want to know what sort of people. It doesn't matter whether they fit the bill or not, but you have to create the avatar, because business happens between two people. Business happens between people. Business does not happen between products and offices and shops and institutions. Business happens between two human beings. So if you've not created the अगर आपने उसका पुतला नहीं बनाया है तो वो पुतला आपके लिए कामयाब नहीं होगा, because you will not be able to multiply your clientele. So what I did was, after understanding the avatar that I wanted to influence or work with, I started to take him into three different stages. How I'm going to, so World Tour Operators Blueprint to Multiply Profits Through Ecotourism is my thing, where I'm committed to helping each world tour operator through this blueprint to multiply profits through ecotourism if he works with us with Asian Adventures. So I take him through the current position and I help him upgrade. I inspire him. I take him to the next rung, next strata, which is I train him, right? So you got to train your clients to buy from you. And then I target those, I multiply that man into many. I deliver quality, and then I ask him to become my emissary. Because I've delivered quality, he's my emissary, he's my influencer, he's taking me further. And then I make him do more financial gains and I turn him into ecotourism market leader. This is the blueprint that I have. It's called Trademark Solution. Understand this very carefully, how I am taking my client. If you don't do these exercises for sales, then what we do is it does take time. There's no simple solution to anything. But once you've done it, you know exactly where to go, you know what to do, and your perseverance will take you there. So for example, what happens is that, what are his pain points? He's at a drought level and he's got very low leads, right? And because he's got low leads, he's finding it very difficult to fill up his tours, and he's got low number of clients. He's just marketing to locals. It's time consuming and it's money drainage. He doesn't know what to do. He's just doing 1 or 2 tours a month, standard, right? And he's trying to find out, what should I do? Right operator, for more options. So he wants to move from low numbers to, right now he's unreliable, and he wants to move from 1 to 2 tours a month to 3 plus tours a month. You know, that's his next thing. So from drought, it becomes a trickle. And then from low target audience, unclear market, these are his pain points, right? And this is what he wants to do. This is his aspiration. So like that, you take him to, you help your client or your B2B agent or your B2B client go through this entire process, okay? He doesn't need to see all this, but this is something which is internally you got to build to be able to take him there. So there's a full science to it. And I'll help anyone who wants to go through it, no problem. I've mastered the science, I teach the science now. And there are many business operators who've broken their barriers because they've followed the science. So when you take them to the next level where they start to become from low number, they are still unreliable. They become reliable because now they've got larger audience and people are vouching for him, right? And they're talking through word of mouth. So it becomes reliable. So it's from trickle, it becomes the broke. You know, he has now loyal audience. He can start thinking of 10 tours a month because he's increased his team. So he's also now becoming from a standard tour operator to an experiential to a bespoke tour operator, right? And then he's taking his client, he's putting in new systems, he's unlocking synergies, he's talking about different things to give back, and he's putting that out into his showcasing channels, social media, videos, and various other new age methodologies to showcase. You don't showcase yourself, you can sit back in your office, keep blowing your own trumpet and wait for somebody to come to ask for money but not give you money. Will say, बिजली का बिल आ गया है, इसकी पेमेंट का भुगतान कब होगा? So your confidence, system building process, firefighting improvement, these are still your challenges, you know, lack of OKRs. My entire functioning is on OKRs. It's a science in itself, which if you adopt, I promise you, there is nothing called failure in front of you then. Okay, it was developed by Intel. It's now being used by every small company in America, and it's the backbone for Facebook and for Google. OKRs. Okay, you can just go to Udemy and pick up a course for 1,000 rupees and do it. No problem with that. Then you're on tap where you have conservation. Now your entire being changes. Now you instead of just being a standard tour operator, you talk about conservation travel, meaningful travel, giving back, all of that. Your profits increase. So this is how you go from one level to another with your clients. This is what you need to do for them. But you need to understand that unless you unbundle your product and you unbundle the avatar of your client you're seeking and match the two together, you will not arrive at these solutions and these understandings, you know, which you need to put out. So what do you need to do once you know all this? Once you've done all this, what do? You want to get known for who you are. And then if you don't know who you are, if you don't know, if your clients don't know who you are, and you might be the hero, but who cares? You know, I started to put out my videos only about a month and a half ago, and people are calling me and saying that, when can we meet you? One guy called me up and said, you know, I really look up to you. I said, for what? You know, what do I have? I got nothing. But I'm just putting out what I know. That's all. And everybody knows enough about himself or the value system he comes from or she comes from. And that's good enough because people want to buy from people. I told you there are two people involved. One is your buyer and you're a seller. Correct? So this is how, so you need to show your authority on the subject, what you're doing. If you're not showing your authority, then people will not trust you. You'll not be able to build credibility. You'll not be able to build your presence. Then to build your presence, you will want to spend lots of money going to, you know, breakfast meetings. and still wondering मैं क्यों आया, मेरे मन से जाओ, मेरे मन से आओ. So get known, credibility builder. It's a process, not tough for those who are action takers. Very tough, extremely long process, very bad process for no action takers. How to get known? You get known through videos, social media, teaching what you know, delivering to the world what you know. Like I've said that before also, I'm a follower of Chanakya Niti. So Chanakya said that, you know, your dharma of business is that when you go beyond survival, you're supposed to make this planet a better place, this world a better place. And how you do that is you become a conduit. You deliver what you know to the world. That is your job, because your roti pani is now secure. You don't have to worry about survival anymore. You will go on giving. And that is what your job is on this planet. That's what you're here for. We don't know what we're here for, but since we're here, we may as well do what is correct as per dharma, right? So that is the path that one needs to take as businessman, as an expert, as a professional. So once people know you and they know who you are, then you need to talk the language they want to hear. You want to build trust. You want to be a magnet, right? You need to change their thought process to align them with you. You need to understand that they want to be with you because you're an authority. You're not just a salesman. In authority, you know everything about your product. And that person just wants to, he's so scared to buy from somebody. He's asking your competitors, he's asking, he thinks that he's the hero, but actually he's not. He's so scared. If he knew everything, why would he go to your competitor? Why wouldn't he come to you? Because you're an authority. Because he's a baby, right? And what you're doing is you're telling the baby कि खाना खाओ नहीं तो सब खराब हो जाएगा, मर जाओगे आप, right? You're giving features and you're telling them कि ये खाना नहीं खाओगे तो मर जाओगे, right? You're scaring the hell out of your client. You have to mother your client. You have to get into the spiritual and the emotional realm, and you have to understand what advantages your product will give for that person to enhance his life. And we're not looking at that. हम तो बोल रहे हैं कि हमारे AC में 50 फीचर है और वो 5 स्टार या 3 स्टार या 4 स्टार है. That's all that we're going to do, right? Or we're going to say that this is what, my tour has these 10 things in it, right? I want him to know how to build an album that has pictures that his grandkids will see with him in that one evening when they'll have family reunion. Correct? So this is the emotional and the spiritual advantage that you want to give. And you can only give if you're a master of your product. And you know who you're talking to. So lead them stepwise. So just to give you an idea that this is, for example, this is like a cheat sheet for people to look at that. And what my promises are, what my delivery patterns are, what they will gain, how they will do it. So this is for B2B client of mine, where I'm telling him how to go about doubling your profit. But for that, you got to do this, and I'm going to train you to do that. Because you don't know India that well. आपको नहीं पता कि पैरी पहना क्या होता है, आपको नहीं पता प्रणाम क्या होता है, आपको नहीं पता घूंघट क्या होता है, आपको नहीं पता टिक्का क्या होता है. I will teach you all that. I'm going to tell you where to go, right? So I am going to help you stepwise. I'm going to help my client stepwise. Who's going to get me more clients? And my game changes. Whether he gets clients or not, it doesn't matter. My game changes when he becomes my follower. So if your client becomes your follower, you never have to worry about business. It'll come, correct? so I will help you convert to cutting edge ecotourism company. So lots of little points, which I run in detail over time with my clients when I sit with them with this particular map. Then, how are you doing with time, man?
Hello. How much? How long is it? What does the timer say?
Yeah. Well, what's the time right now?
It's 8. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. So I'll take another half an hour or max 20 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Prerna, you were saying something? Somebody else was mentioning something. Was it Prerna?
Okay.
Also not me.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Prerna.
Okay. No problem. So what you need to do, you need to create value for him. You need to create value at every step. You need to help him become a proud buyer. You need to make him into a hero. You don't have to be a hero, although you're a hero, but you need to make your client your hero, or he has to be a hero. He has to say, look, he has to go back and tell his community, look, I told you this was the right purchase. This is what I had to do. This is what I had to plug in here. And if I'd not done this, we wouldn't have moved forward. Correct? So add value at every step, offer a flow of benefits for the buyer, for their ecosystem, for the family, package it well, upsell, cross sell. When you go to Anuj's shop to buy a mattress, whether you buy a mattress or not, he might give you a little gift for your child. He'll give you gaver for your dad. Not my dad is, he's getting fat sitting at home, but he'll always give a packet full of gaver. So gaver, or he'll do something. So what are we doing? We're saying कि खरीद तो कुछ रहा नहीं है, हम इसको क्या दें? Correct? So if you go to a builder, he'll send you, of course, builder big ticket thing. So he'll send you a fantastically packaged CD or a pen drive in a velvet packet with a whole lot of goodies for your children and canine food for your dog and a whole lot of that. And he'll continue to do that. He'll do that over every Diwali, Eid, Holi, every time, whether you're a buyer or not. So I'm saying, offer a flow of benefits, either physically or however you want to do it, and then create a value ladder for your clients. Take them from one step to another step to another step to another step, and see how you're going to give them the free things, how you're going to make profits on certain things which you can upsell and cross sell with him and make more profit. Like, for example, Anupam Shukla will say, okay, I will repair the engine for 1 lakh rupees, but then he will also give you a few mats which will go free with it, but he'll give you a bottle of some perfume or something that'll stink, but he'll charge you 500 rupees for it. The cost of that purchase will be only 20 rupees. I'm not saying Anupam, I'm just giving an example because we all friends here. So I'm just trying to put things like I would do similar things. I'll do a survey and I'll send out. So survey is just a bahana. And I'll say, okay, 50 room nights free at Jungle Lord Birding Lodge for all my friends. So 1 room night each. And then somebody will come most people will come for 2 or 3 nights. And once they come for 2 or 3 nights, they've got 1 night free, but they paid me for 2 nights. So take them through value ladder. There's a science behind it, understand how to do it, and then you can easily achieve this. Then you got to make a sale. When you make a sale, you're serving the clients. Understand you're not selling to clients. Get this right. Change your lingo from unique selling proposition to unique serving proposition. Your USP is going to take you further, right? Even when you create a sense of urgency, you will understand that if actually genuinely, you'll feel that he will lose out if he does not buy it because he really wants to buy it and you want to nurture that relationship and you want to go further, but he's not buying from you. because you haven't created enough value for him, right? Once you've created that value, then you help him become that hero. And let's say even if he goes home, I'll tell you the science of follow-up. Follow-up is the key to success. There have been studies conducted in the US that 42% kids did their homework more when they were sent text messages and when they were called, have you done your homework? Correct? When we call Manzil members, more people show up than just a text message. And when we call them up, more people, because they made a commitment to themselves. So what you're doing is, by following up, is you are making them commit. But we don't follow up because we're sitting on a high horse. We say, oh man, मेरे पास तो ये है, वो कहाँ जाएगा? वो मुड़ के इधर आएगा. This is not how it is, right? So follow up is the power house of your sales. You don't follow up, you don't have the engine to follow up, you don't have the machinery to follow up, you have people to follow up. That's the deficit that you need to work upon. Then you tweak, you present variations, you give offers, you take him through the value ladder. ये सस्ता है, ये महंगा है, ये है. Sit with him. Okay. Here, when you go to a store abroad, even if a person does not know about the product, he's going to lead you from the doorstep right up to the product or to the person who can help you. That it doesn't exist in India. You go into a store, and now of course it's started to happen, but earlier it never happened. So you need to spend time with your client, or your team needs to spend time with your client. It's just by sending out your proposal and then waiting for something to happen won't happen. You need to follow up. You need to give options. You need to set mafia offers. When you mafia offers, something that will, you need to put your skin into the game. That it can, if you win, you've got it. If you don't win, you can lose. But the loss is minuscule as compared to the gains that you're going to have, right? So, for example, if I sell a tour and that tour is for 5 lakhs, and I'd say, if you're not happy, take your money back. That's mafia offer. It's time bound. It expires. It doesn't stay forever. It's not something that is an ongoing thing. It doesn't happen for everyone, right? So set your mafia offers. And let's say even if 2 people want your, so most people will buy from you and not from your competitor. 2% or 3% also ask for money back. Just imagine the kind of extra sales that you've done to be able to pay that money back. So work on your numbers. So that was NBD in a nutshell. And that's a blueprint. If you follow that and you go through each and every point and work on it, you will be able to succeed.
Mohit, can
Yes.
you just go back again to cover once again the point of creating that urgency point of the first point?
Yeah. Oh, I think just give me a second. Let me see if yeah. Yeah, make a sale, create a sense of urgency. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you haven't built enough value for him, then you can't create that sense of urgency. Let's say your product cost, I'm just giving an example, 50,000 rupees, correct? And you have built enough value, whether it's emotional or spiritual or financial, 10x or more, right? With the advantages and the benefits and that you're showing him, then you can create that sense of urgency. If you don't have that value for him, yeah, so if it's apples to apples, then that person will see you as a desperate seller and will go away from you. So to be able to create that sense of, and moment you create that sense of urgency, he's going to say, oh, I'm going to lose this deal, man. I want to do it now. You know, he's got me covered. He's got my back covered. He's not going to let me down. He has built, that trust within you. You build that credibility with him. Okay, so that's when you create a sense of urgency. But if you don't have your collaterals right, you don't know who you are. You are not known in your circles, right? He has no reason to go with your urgency. He'll just see you as another desperate seller. And we have many, many, many around us in the past. And you know what happens. So that's my point. Okay. So just to give you an idea of how you start to build it, you start to build the state that they are in, the mental state that they are in, the kind of products or the kind of things that they're dealing with, and that's how you make that as your trademark solution. Just to give you an idea what needs to go into this and how you're going to take them from one level to another, and how you're going to keep clearing the path as you go into each strata. So just to show you the kind of work which is involved. Next is CRR. This is the most important part. Forget about NBD completely if you can't do it. No problem. All I'm talking about is create relationships, client relationships, and retention. If you've got this covered, and you're a one-man show, you got this covered, your work will not stop. Somebody will bring something to you on the table every morning. Your bread will always be ensured. Okay, so CRR is extremely, extremely important. If you don't have your database which is talking to you, the CRR won't work. You don't have a CRM, there is no engine. It's a crime to work without a CRM. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a professional, as an expert, if you don't have a CRM, forget about it. Go back to a job and enjoy your 9 to 5s. Use email marketing. How are you going to get in touch with? So a lot of you have attended my program of email marketing, and you're still not doing it. Many of you are not doing it. Many of you are already doing it. And people who have taken the program and are doing it are seeing results already, because that's 5, 11, 16, 21 principle works beautifully. Okay. Then you need to build collaterals and videos. You can't be there for everything, every small answer, every small question. When you unbundle your product, you will know the pain points. Now you need to write answers. You need to create FAQs. Okay. You need to do all of that and then put them up on your website, put them on Google My Business. Google My Business is another science altogether that I'll talk about when we go deeper into various parts at some stage. And your sales pitch decks. So for example, you're known, you're a famous authority, or people know you in your circles for what you are, what your value systems are. You've got your lead magnet created. You're a magnet now. People are coming to you because you've created your knowledge authority, and people say, oh, I need to go only to him to do my job. I'm not going anywhere else. And then when he finally comes to you, and you'll say, oh, I'll call you back. Oh, I don't have maybe, 5 days from now. Okay, give me some time, because you don't have your sales pitch decks ready. He's come to buy. And then you make him swim in a well and he can't come out of it. Don't do that. You need to build from getting known to becoming a magnet, to becoming a seller. And this is where we don't have our things ready. So we go and start showing something verbally. And he loses all confidence. हमने सोचा क्या था और हो क्या गया. This is not the guy we want to go to, because he couldn't sell us what he was trying to show. How to deliver? Call them, build a roadmap, send them gifts, wish them, send promotions. Do it yourself. Say usko banao for you, to with you. These are 3 stages. With you is when you're working with people one-to-one. For you is, I'm there, don't worry, I'm watching. You go ahead and buy my things, no problem. Do it yourself is, apne aap kar lo. Lifetime offers. Stay in touch. Talk about your progress and achievements. They want to know what more have you done, right? We always scared that we are showing off. We are showing off. You know, we're not showing off. They want to know who we are. If I say I'm the largest bird watching company of India, right? A lot of my competitors will get jealous of it, but that's not why I'm doing it. Because I want to keep instilling that confidence in them, that I'm around for you because I know my subjects. Today evening, I have a bird watching presentation to 450 people. Okay. And they called me only because they've been seeing my videos. So my 4 people from my team are sitting down and creating my presentation for today evening. And they've got 120 points listed. I said, I can't talk about 120 points. I need only 10 to 15 points to talk about, you know. So, and that platform is letting me sell my 2 tours to Indians. I mean, it's COVID time. People think they're not traveling. People are traveling. So talk about your progress, your achievements, talk about good times or any incident that you remember for them, with them, of them. You know, bring it to their notice, send them an album, send them an old picture, frame it properly, you know, send a personalized message, and so forth. How to deliver, build a roadmap. Don't build a roadmap, there is no sale happening. This is the backbone, and it's called zero cost backbone. Zero cost backbone. Understand this very clearly. Your client is going to be so happy because he's now treating you like a hero, like your guru, right? Like a guru. So when he's buying from you, that's when you can ask him for a referral. When he's doing the process, when he is halfway through and you're nurturing him at every step, you can ask him for a referral. When he's finished his thing and he's saying, I'm profusely thanking you because tum nahi hote to mera kya hota. That's when you can ask him for a referral. And feedback, when you're taking a feedback, you can ask him for a referral. But 99% of small owners don't take the feedback because they're so scared of their delivery. कि अगर हमने इससे feedback ले लिया और इसने हमको उल्टा बोल दिया, तो फिर हम क्या बोलेंगे? We'll have a face off. Will we be able to give the money back? He'll say, oh, I had such a, but there were glitches. And you don't want to hear that. But boss, that is where the game changes. Let him, uska gubaad nikalne do. Let him say what he wants to say. And I'm telling you, you're not going to lose him. In the next breath, he's going to tell you, okay, now sort it out, but that I know you will because I trust you. And here is another referral for you. So 99% companies don't small companies don't have feedback issues because they also don't have a CRM. So they don't even know what to do. Moment you start to take them through this, you turn them into your emissaries and your influencers. And if they are only talking about you, if you're only influencing your business, then what else do you need? You're in a win-win situation. So this particular referral engine is something that you need to develop. It doesn't work on its own. It doesn't work because aap ho. It works with your team or it works through your system. It's a strategy. The strategy needs to be converted into a system. The skill needs to be developed how to deliver it. Okay, so this is my take on referral engine. Here I go, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed.